Hi everyone. Today we are going to do an experiment called how many seconds or minutes will the ice melt completely?
And a second experiment is how long to take water this to ice.
Okay, so the things we need in experiment 1 are a stopwatch. We have put the ice on a dish and it's about
1 minute and 20 seconds.
So now we're going to observe the ice. Here's our ice.
After 1 minute and 35 seconds, taken out from the fridge.
The ice needs to be on the dish when the stopwatch is started. And when you observe the ice after 2 minutes, it will they will start to stick to each other. That is because of
the friction of two ice make the heat and the cold temperature of the ice, so it stick together.
It means that this process is called cohesion, right?
Yes.
When the heat of the dish is in a room temperature, but the ice is in the freezer. So when the cold ice touches the normal dish, it sticks together and begin to melt. When we touch the dish, we'll start to notice that it has started melting, but not completely. Now it's more than 2 minutes.
So it's nearly 3 minutes now.
Okay, so we're going to let it stay there for some more seconds or minutes, and we'll see. The temperature in this room is about
28 to 30 degrees Celsius.
Yes. And the ice in the freezer is about
negative
4
or 5.
Yes. We're going to set it aside and think about and then observe experiment 2. For this experiment, you need
a cup of water
and also a freezer if you have one at your home. First, you're going to pour the water into this beaker.
In the previous experiment, we know about properties of water. It has a sign of its container.
Yeah,
and the ice start to melt. It's not stick with other anymore.
And now it's more than 4 minutes and the ice is not completely melted. So in this room temperature, contrasted with the temperature in the fridge, it is
This is a normal temperature. If you put in a hot sun of 40 degrees Celsius, it will melt quickly.
Okay, so for experiment 2, you put the cup into the freezer and wait it. If you wait 1 hour or 2 hours or the whole night until the water
becomes the ice.
Why does the ice become water and melt, and the water become ice when freeze?
The ice is a solid phase. It's like this. It's hard,
but the liquid is very watery. And when the ice, which is very cold, right? It meets heat in this room. It gains energy, and then its particles in the solid ice will move quickly and slide past each other.
so it becomes so liquid phase.
But why does a liquid when freeze becomes a solid?
Because the particle of solid make more energy, so it stick with other closely, then it become a solid.
Okay, so now let's go to experiment 1. And it's more than 6 minutes and it's not completely melted.
See,
So the temperature from the freezer is and the temperature in this room is far from each other a lot. It's -4 and 28 degrees, and that's 32 degrees farther from each other. It's a very long temperature. Very hot temperature according to the ice.
and now we will to the experiment 3, boiling to O2.
And now I'm going to put Nicole is going to put this cup of water in the freeze, and I'll explain more. In experiment 1, we have a dish of ice, and it's pretty wet now, and it's pretty cold too. Now it's more than 7 minutes and the ice is still strong. It hasn't melted at all. But there's a lot of water in the dish now.
Yes.
And the ice doesn't feel
And
like
the eye gets smaller and
smaller.
smaller,
Yes,
smaller and
smaller.
smaller.
It was like this. But now
Gets
like
smaller.
this. It gets smaller. And more watery.
We have done the experiment 2 last night, and now we will took the ice.
Okay. Now it's 8 minutes and the ice is still going strong. The dish is very cold now. Ouch. And it's starting to feel very watery on the outside. Well, okay. Wow, the ice is very, very small, little, and kind of smooth too. It's very rigid and kind of squarey when we took it from the fridge, but now it's very smooth. It's 9 minutes and the ice, it has not melted completely. This may take more than 10 minutes because it's just 32 degrees Celsius.
This is our ice.
Wow.
Wow.
It's completely frozen. Yuck. Okay, so we may need to wait for another minute or 2 minutes because this ice is so.
Oh, I mean, I checked the temperature of the fridge, and this is -14.
-14, so that's a very low, very
Low.
very low temperature, and the ice hadn't melted. This is very long. It's 10 minutes already, and the ice haven't
Hasn't.
melted.
I will take this away.
Oh my gosh. We may wait for another, but this video is over. Bye. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe this channel.
We will talk to you about the time that the ice need to melt completely.
At the end of the video. Yes.
Bye.
Wait few seconds.